Longwood's history begins thousands of years ago with the Timucuan and Seminole tribes, who inhabited the region before European arrival. The area was a wilderness sanctuary for these tribes, who later merged with escaped African slaves to form the Seminole people, a name derived from Spanish and Creek terms meaning, people who live away from others. A notable landmark, the Senator, a 3,500-year-old bald cypress tree in Big Tree Park, served as a natural marker for trade routes until its destruction by arson in 2012. American settlements started in the 1870s after the Second Seminole War, with pioneers like Edward Warren Henke arriving by steamboat to establish homesteads. Founding and railroad development, Longwood was established in the 1870s, with Edward Henke, a railroad man and real estate promoter, playing a pivotal role. He named the city after a Boston suburb he helped design and became its first postmaster in 1876 when the Longwood Post Office was created. Henke led the construction of the South Florida Railroad, connecting Sanford and Orlando by 1880, which spurred growth by making the area more accessible for settlers and tourists. By 1885, Henke was elected Longwood's first mayor, and the city boasted 5 churches, 3 hotels, 8 stores, and a weekly newspaper. Citrus industry and the Great Freeze. In the late 19th century, Longwood became a hub for the citrus and lumber industries, attracting settlers and boosting commerce. Pyotr Alexeyevich Dementiev, Peter Demens, a Russian expatriate, established a major sash, door, and blind factory, supplying building materials regionally. However, the Great Freeze of 1894 to 1895 devastated the citrus industry, causing economic ruin and a population drop to 325 by 1900. This setback halted growth, but the city persisted as a small community. 20th century growth and military influence. Longwood's population grew slowly until World War II, when military bases like Naval Air Station Sanford and Orlando Army Air Base brought personnel and families to the area. By the 1950s, the city had over 1,000 residents. The 1960s and 1970s saw further growth due to the space industry, with employment opportunities at Martin Marietta, Cape Canaveral, and NASA's Kennedy Space Center. The opening of Walt Disney World in 1971 and the development of a high-tech corridor near Florida Technological University, now UCF, fueled economic and population growth, transforming Longwood into a residential suburb. Modern Longwood and historic preservation. Incorporated as a city in 1923, Longwood faced challenges during the Great Depression but rebounded in the late 20th century. By 2000, the population exceeded 13,700, reaching 15,087 by 2020. The city revitalized its historic district, preserving landmarks like the Bradley McIntyre House, 1885, a Queen Anne-style winter cottage, and the Inside-Outside House, 1873. Both relocated in 1973 to save them from demolition. Today, Longwood blends its historic charm with modern amenities, hosting community events and maintaining attractions like Ryder Park and Wakiva Springs State Park.